Hello, Dave Dog here. We're back for episode 3, season 11 of Bradford Park Avenue, Road to Glory. And we're coming back for a big first round FA Cup tie today against League 2 Fleetwood. Before that, let's see how we've been doing in the league. So things have settled down a little bit. The first 8 games we had 6 wins, 2 defeats, 18 points on the board and a place in the playoff positions. Since then things have settled down a little bit. Probably the promotion momentum got us those results. So we've played quite a bunch of games now. Another 11 games and we've picked up 9 points from those. So let's have a look at them then. We went on to Bolton at home, the team who offered me an interview, and it was a 0-0 draw. Look at the crowd for that one, 2,616. Half of them came from Bolton. And then we went away to Morecambe, a game we were expecting to win, and another 0-0 draw. We then played Gillingham at home, and our second home defeat of the season, Jordan Westwood with a goal. Then another 0-0 draw away to Solihull Moors, and we changed the formation in this one with a 4-3-1-2. We put Trusty back in his shadow striker role, although it didn't do a great deal, and another scoreless draw. After the second game, Trusty came to the fore, 2 goals in a 3-1 win at Torquay, penalty from Jordan Westwood. We got back on the winning trail, and we followed that one up with fellow promotion team Kettering, a home win, 2-1, Westwood and Trusty again scoring, and then a disappointing 1-0 defeat at Telford, followed up by another home defeat to Worthing, Michael Burlin on the score list this time. Then we played our FA Cup 4th qualifying round, that's where we come into it this season, Mickleover, and quite a convincing win in the end, 3-1. Just have a look at that one. We greatly rotated the team. New signing Harvey Cull playing. Let's have a look at him. He's a centre back, but he's been recently playing as a right back. We keep trying to sign these central defenders that have got a bit of pace. Pace 12, jumping reach 13, 6'2", good marking, tackling. He has allowed Flavio to go back into the centre. He is playing right back, not doing too badly. Let's just have a look at his career. Got him from Carlisle. They paid $7,500 for him. Played in League 2. 8 games, 6.9. Last season, 11 games, 6.5. Not quite as good. League 2 level. We've seen players sign for us and then get better as I've had a few games under the belt. So we'll see how he goes. As I say, at the moment, he's playing at right back. We go back to the team. McGee and Atwood came in. McGee was complaining about not getting game time after being fairly regular in the last couple of seasons, and he played quite well. Claxton hadn't started a game at all, and he did okay. We must take into account Mickleover, a lower league team. Edwards, 6.4, he didn't play well and was withdrawn. Hinchy came in, scored a goal, good performance from him. Banks again, he didn't take his chance, 6.2 and was withdrawn. McIntyre on the left, a good game, and we played Trusty and Keenly side up front, and Trusty showing as a striker, a goal and 2 assists for him and the man of the match. We had to bring the big guns on towards the end that got us through the game. Goals from Westwood, 85, and then just wrapping it up in the 5th minute of added time, Trusty making it 3-1. We brought on Westwood for Keenly side, Burlin for Banks and Fura for Edwards, and those 3 did the trick and got us through. But if we see 2.35 XG we had, only 0.58 for them. They really didn't cause us a great deal of problems. The defenders played quite well. So into the first round proper, where we play Fleetwood today. Carrying on with the league, went down 3-2 away to Newport. Goals from Berlin and Higby, conceding 3. And we did the same again, home to Dagenham Redbridge. We're not winning at home now. 3-2 again. Fiora with a penalty and Jordan Westwood. The crowd dropping down to 11:30. And it was 3 in a row. 3-2 again, away to Leyton Orient. Leyton Orient, a good side. We did quite well. I think we came back from 3-0 down in this one. Trusty and Westwood. His 13th goal of the season. Without his goals, we'd certainly be in a much worse situation. Let's have a look at the table then. 9 points from 33. So we've dropped down to 15th position. We're 8 points out of the playoffs, 12 above Morecambe in the drop zone. The teams that are down there are teams that we've beaten: York, Kettering, Colchester, Barrow, Torquay. We've just settled down now, but we've got to get back to it. We could easily fall into that area at the bottom here. 12-point cushion at the moment, but it's all about the cup today. Let's see how we're lining up away to Fleetwood. So here's the lineup for today's game. Macaulay in goals, Cull at right back, our new signing. Florio and Atwood are a defensive partnership. Brian settling in at left back after being initially bought as a centre back. The midfield could be possibly our weakness, and Cull was one of the players that was saying that we need reinforcements in that area, and we're looking at that at the moment. We've got a bid in for a lone player in midfield, being from today's opponents, Fleetwood. Not getting a game for them, but we'll look at him if and when it comes off. Banks just gets the nod over Luke Gray. He's been a bit up and down recently. I think he's just suffering a little bit of burnout. Hinchy comes in to provide us with a bit of an attacking spark as a Mazzala on support. So we're going a little bit more aggressive in the midfield. Fiora, as a ball-winning midfielder, is his partner. And the front three, as you can see, got a good understanding there. Westwood and Berlin up front, supported in the shadow striker role by Trusty. We're going in cautious. They're lower mid-table are Fleetwood, so we have a chance, but we've got to try and keep it tight, not concede goals so easily. FA Cup, we've got the luxury of 9 subs, of which we can use 5. I always have problems with the 3 subs, wanting to make more changes. So we've got Sinclair as backup keeper, Higbee and Critchlow as the centre-backs, Edwards, defensive midfielder, Finney, Fielding, midfielders. Vicente has been a disappointment recently. McIntyre as well, both left wingers, these two. And Luke Gray, right winger. We don't have a striker, out and out striker on the bench, as Zach Scott has gone out on loan. Keenly side would be the man to fill in. He is currently injured with a groin strain, between 8 days and 2 weeks out. So let's get into the game. Let's see how Fleetwood are lining up. Hopefully we can get into the second round of the FA Cup and get a decent tie where we make some money. So we're in the dressing room for the pre-match team. So as usual, Jordan Fiora's aggressive. Everybody else composed. And we're going to go with Gianluca. There's no pressure on any of us today. Go and play with that freedom. And point finger. And no response whatsoever. At least we're composed. Fleetwood, favourites for this one today, of course. The higher placed team playing the 4-3-3. 4 to 6 odds on favourites. And we are outsiders at 4 to 1. We've won 1 of our last 5. They've won 2 of their last 5. So let's skip the lineups, get into the game. And one of the disappointments about this draw was Fleetwood don't get very big crowds. And the tickets sold were just over 1,700. So we were looking for a bigger tie, and Fleetwood certainly think they've got our number in this one and they're going to have an easy game. They've made 8 changes to their team, and the first highlight comes in halfway through the first half. It's Banks going down the right, plays it inside to Berlin. Berlin looks after the ball, plays it to Trusty with a long shot, hits the post, and Fleetwood clear the rebound. Who was offside? Someone was offside there anyway. Maybe it wouldn't have counted. But it's amazing how many of those that hit the woodwork that don't bounce back for somebody just to tap in. And it's a corner, short corner played by Fleetwood. That looked like a foul. That looked like more fouls than you get when the penalty's given. But Westwood's going away on a breakaway. Holds it up, plays it into Hinchy, but... stopped by Napa there in the centre of their defence. King comes forward. It's end-to-end stuff here. Kernigan is still running with it. Lots of players running with the ball. He's got into the box and off a defender onto the post. You certainly get lots of shots hitting the woodwork, but as I say, nothing bounces back to a player just to tap into the net. And it's another set piece, aren't they all? Just over the bar from Fiora, and we're coming towards a half time, and we've had the better. We've had 4 shots on target, none from them so far. Cull with a throw in just before half time. Hinchy plays the ball in. Berlin, he heads it in. Great ball in from Hinchy. Berlin does the usual thing, back to goal, turns and heads it in, and we take the lead just before half time. Let's see this one again. Cull with a short throw to Banks. Banks to Hinchy. Hinchy first time ball in. Berlin heads it at goal, knows where the goal is. Back header into the goal, and look at this for momentum. And we've had the better of the first half. 60% possession, 7 shots, 5 on target. Let's see if we can build on that. And Fiora's still aggressive. Is he ever not aggressive? And we're going to go with our usual half-time team talk. Point the finger. I don't want to see a hint of complacency in your performance. Has the usual effect. Hinchy looks more attentive. Hinchy has played really well when he's come back into the team. Proving a point. He's still on a non-contract basis. He's had a few moans, but always goes away and says, I'll try harder when I threaten to sell him. So he's certainly playing better than his start rating, and looks like they're coming back into this, but we've arrested the momentum, and it's Banks with a corner. Florio up there, and that one does come back. Cull with his first goal of the season, the new signing, knocks it into the empty net after it rebounded off the keeper or defender. Let's have a look at this again. Banks, corner in. Up goes Florio. Keeper saves it and rebounds to Cull. And we're 2-0 up. We can't lose this from here. We're certainly having the better of the game. 8 shots on target to their 1. But they're back in it. Is he offside? No. McCauley's certainly claiming for that. But he mucked it up there. Obviously it's a set piece for a highlight. Kernigan times his run well. McCauley didn't get to it. And they're back in the game. Let's have a look, see if we can change something then. 67 minutes. Who's not playing well? Westwood at 6.5. We've scored 2 goals and he's not been involved. We don't have an out-and-out striker to bring on, so I'm going to leave him on for now. I don't want to go too negative. We're going to leave it as it is for now. Let's just have a shout and fire up. That'll have a negative effect. Of course it does. Atwood's 1 yellow card away, so what? They've had 2 shots on target, and apart from that one mistake that they're putting down to McCauley, Fiora looks like he's given everything. We're into the last 10 minutes. I'm going to bring McIntyre on for Westwood and put him in there as a winger on support. So we're going to leave Trusty in at that. Berlin is going to play up front on his own. So just a 1 change then, slightly negative. We've gone to 1 forward with Trusty behind, and I'm sure that the game is going to penalise me for that. Fleetwood making loads of changes, and we're getting into the end. No highlights, 3 minutes added time. Fiora's on 6.6. I'm going to bring him off. I'm going to bring Finney on. He's done nothing wrong as Finney when he's played, and we're going to make him a deep line playmaker on defend. Just going to make the 1 change. I'm going to do the usual tempo down, time wasting, be more disciplined and try and hang on to this lead. I'm going to get at least a replay out of it, I would think. And getting into the end, we've won. We've beaten Fleetwood away. We're into the second round and muchly deserved. 8 shots on target to their 3. Those 2 goals from Berlin and Cull. A goal back from Kernigan for Fleetwood, but we're into the second round. Let's see who we're going to play then. Hopefully we'll get a big tie away from home so we can get some money in. So here we are for the draw. 53 teams going to the hat for the 20 matches to be drawn, with teams as varied as Cardiff City, Huddersfield and Hereford. Game against Huddersfield won't be bad. So let's view the draw then. Solihull Moors or Hartlepool. against Bolton. Maidstone or Burton against Scarborough Athletic. Port Vale or Southport, a lot of tied games. Lincoln or Kidderminster. Cheltenham or Leyton Orient, there's a lot of tied games. Against Peterborough. Preston against Bromley. Oxford against Carlisle. Salford against Tranmere. Northampton against Aldershot or Bristol Rovers. Blackpool, Swindon or Barnet. Dagenham and Redbridge or Sutton against Huddersfield, so we're not going to get Huddersfield. Chester against York. Rochdale against Wrexham. What should be last? Guiseley or Forest Green against Grimsby. Crawley. Away to Crawley. We're away again. So what division are Crawley in? They're in 3rd, doing well in League 2. So not a big team either. 2,500. Another League 2 team. And probably not much money in it. Capacity is 5,907. So that's the next game we're going to come back to. Crawley away in the 2nd round. Let's have a look where they are in the league. 29 points from 17 games. They're only 5 points more than Fleetwood actually. A slight chance. How have they been doing recently? Let's have a look again. So they beat Newport 3-1 in the previous round away from home. Gary Roberts a hat-trick. So decent home record. But we'll go into it and who knows. But that's where we're coming back for the next game. Play 4 games before that. So beginning of December, the FA Cup 2nd round, Crawley away. Hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, please leave me a like. Just short of 100 subscribers. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so. I'd much appreciate it. And hope to see you again next time. Thanks very much for watching. This is Dave Dog. Goodbye for now.